Hey everyone, I'm Karen Walby-Solomon, and welcome to What's IGN Crushing On, IGN Africa's official entertainment podcast. I'm your host, and I'm joined as always by my producer and editor Rebecca Barches. So this is a show where we discuss all things entertainment and pop culture with a new guest every week. We bring recommendations, news, and fun facts, sometimes touching on the more serious issues surrounding these topics.
Magic lives in the very fabric of nature.
Never thought I'd meet one of us out here in the wild.
Wow, you are so lost. You must be a fairy.
I am a fairy.
One of our kind.
Your first year is all about the element you were born with.
This is something you'll learn your first day in class. Fairy magic.
Holy shit.
Is linked to emotion. Love, hatred, fear. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the magic.
Today you get to learn to use your magic.
You focus, you learn, you grow. Eventually the answers will come.
Do you know why the barrier exists?
To protect the school from burned ones.
Be thankful you've never seen a burned one.
Bloom. They're after me.
Bloom can be one of the most powerful fairies the Otherworld has ever known.
I'm not like the rest of you. I didn't grow up here.
Magic can be dangerous, as you well know.
Someone's been lying to her.
The history of this place is a lot darker than they want us to know. What you need are answers.
Be careful who you trust.
There's a war on the horizon.
This is what we've been training for.
We can help our friend. They deserve to know what I am.
Whatever you're thinking of doing, I'm here.
I always knew your path wouldn't be like everyone else's. But I can't wait to see who you become.
I was kind of bummed I didn't see a single pair of wings.
This week we have a very special episode for you. We'll be focusing on the Netflix series Fate the Winx Saga. So, I'll be bringing you a discussion about the series where I'm joined by previous guests, Sloan and Zayaan, to talk about what we liked and what we didn't like about the show. And then we have interviews with the main cast of the film, which is really exciting. So stay tuned. Please note that there are tons of spoilers in this episode, so suggest listening after you've watched the show. I'm joined today by my own Winx Club.
Hi.
Hello. And we're gonna go through the characters, the storylines, what worked, what didn't work, and recommend some of our favorite supernatural shows at the end. So guys, what were your initial thoughts of the show?
I wasn't sure what to make of it at first because I knew that my son watched the animation. So that's was my starting off point, but I had no reference for it really. I like elemental magic just in general. I wrote a whole book about it, so it's my go-to thing. I love elemental magic. So I was keen for it, but I didn't know what to make of it at first because was the teen show, was the adult show, because the monsters were kind of scary. So you couldn't. It's not something you're gonna watch as a kids, even though they've watched the animated show. My son can't watch this because then there's the swearing. So you're like, oh, okay, I didn't know we were swearing here. It's like it didn't know where it wanted to be. Is what I felt. So, initially I was a bit confused just as to what kind of show this was. But then once it started, the episode started going on, I started getting into it. I didn't really feel that intrigued by the whole Burned Ones plotline. I was more into their relationships, building the character relationships with each other. The Burned Ones plotline just felt a bit lacking. Like it didn't, I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
And you, Sloan?
Well, firstly, I just learned what elemental magic is, so
Me too. I was like, what is
I love that I'm learning things on the show. I did not know what Winx was going into this. I wasn't going to watch it. I watched the first episode and then I fell asleep. And for me, that's just a sign that this is not for you. Move on. But then I actually sat down and I watched it in one whole day. And the funny thing is, if you're not like really paying attention, you don't know where the episode ends and the next one begins. So it literally just felt like I was watching one long story. And it was like very slow in the beginning. But by episode 4, it was like, oh, okay, a lot is happening here. And then there are people back from the dead. And I'm like, okay, this is great. I want more of this then. Because in the beginning, it was very high school girls, mean girls, I'm not fitting in, I feel sorry for myself. And then they said, let's put the feelings aside quickly and let's deal with some real magic. And that's when the show got good.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think for me it was like a mixture of the two. Like, I was like, oh, I really like magic. But then when I started it, I was like, okay, this seems like it's going to be a slog, especially with like the whole Mingles type. And it just seemed very like everybody was fitting into boxes, man, like into a stereotype. Like, I'm the popular girl, and I'm the kooky outsider, and I'm the one that's like.
But I suppose that's what they did. I mean, it is something that's adapted from a cartoon for kids, and that's the tropes, I suppose, stereotypes that they put them in. The nature magic girl is the Hufflepuff, the temple one who good at good at the plants and all that stuff. The girl with fire magic obviously has red hair. That's a bit on the nose, but okay, let's go with it. I mean, but those are the visual things that they can use in cartoons for children, and then you adapting it to be a grown-up show. So I understand how those things carry over.
Yeah, but what I did like was as the show went on, they sort of like moved out of those boxes. So you've got to kind of, either you got to see why they're in that box because of like, their background or anything like that, or they like blurred the lines and they showed other sides of the characters. So I also got more into it like as it went on, and there's a lot of things that I still felt like lacking, which I hope that like in season 2 that they would solve. But I do think like for a 6-episode show, I was very into it. Like I was into this. But also I feel like we discovered that Bloom was a changeling very quickly.
Yeah.
It was like first episode. She just got there and they were like, nah.
How you're changing. Must be.
First day of school.
And also that the first year figured it out. The first year figured out that she was changeling.
But I didn't even, babe. It's like if you seeped in that mythology, you're likely to know. Like like when you look at Ron, how he treated Harry.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he knew about Harry. Like he knew what the parcel tongue was.
Yeah.
So it's like I think because maybe Aisha grew up with that, like she knew about changelings.
Okay, yeah.
So she's more likely to know what it was. But what did you guys think about the whole like changeling? What do you guys think of Bloom and a whole chosen one type scenario?
I thought it was very, very self-indulgent.
Yeah, she's my least favorite.
Everything was, oh my word, Bloom's feelings.
So I get Stella a lot. Like I understand Stella because I like girls same.
Stella's a princess. Stella has real problems.
Stella has real problems. Her mother Stella has teacher, her mother.
But Bloom, I don't know. I just feel like in a lot of these shows, there's always somebody who is like the chosen one. And like the Elena from Vampire Diaries, or the it's like
I find like it's very difficult for them to write these characters, this hero's journey, because they always end up being the least likable character on the show. I mean, it's Sabrina, the least likable character on the show. Elena, the least likable character on the show. Bloom again. Bloom is, while not as bad as Sabrina, the other characters I think far outshine her. And that's nothing against the actress. I don't think. I think she did.
She did what she could.
She did what she could.
She did what she could.
But I think the other characters are just more interesting than her. Talkers.
Yeah, I think with Bloom also, I've been watching the original cartoon, and it's also sort of the same sort of thing. Like she's a chosen one type. She's also like adopted and all these kind of things. But like, I think whereas with like we could see the other characters sort of develop as characters, she just had to push the plot along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe we need more of like a team thing than a Bloom story.
Yeah. That's, I think, towards the end when it got a bit better when because she also just went very much on her own, like,
I think that's what annoyed me so much, yes. Yeah. All of the other characters, they kind of grew as a group, and she was always off doing her own thing.
And I'm like, even she said, what does she say to this guy? Like, I know you trust me, but you still would have stopped me. I was like, yeah, girl, because
was that when she dragged him?
Yeah.
Yes, after she dragged him.
I was like, come on.
You made bad life decisions. Anyone would have stopped you.
There's the scene when like Aisha goes and she tells the principal about what Bloom is doing or whatever, and she said Bloom is being very selfish, and I'm like, the school is being raided, but you think, okay, now is a good time to release this prisoner. That the principal obviously has there for a good reason. But she's like, nope. But I'm so glad. Like, I think that just maybe the self-awareness of the story is that she goes and apologizes.
Yes.
I thought that was amazing because I never seen Sabrina or Elaine or any of those going and apologizing for what they've done.
Sabrina kind of apologized, but what's his name? Ambrose was already having a mental breakdown, so it didn't count.
Shame. But it does show. Like I really love that scene. I was like, if there's anything to save Bloom in my eyes, it was that scene. Like, you should be saying I was acting selfish. I didn't think before I did something. I was very like tunnel visiony, and I'm sorry because my actions cool. Like she took responsibility for actions. So that's kind of cool. So what do you guys think about her love interest, Sky?
Boring.
Boring.
So boring. What boring burger? Oh my word. Oh my word. And the worst is, I said to my friend, we were watching it on Saturday, I said, his voice doesn't match his face. So every time he's on screen, it feels like I'm watching something that's been dubbed. So anyways, not a fan.
They deserve each other, I suppose. They're so bored to be boarding together.
I hate the ship where where it's gonna go, where it's like they meet on their first day and then they're gonna get together. And then it's like, oh, I don't know why I'm drawn to her, whatever. And I'm like, okay, we know it's gonna go. You're gonna be with Stella, then you're gonna go back. You're gonna go to Bloom throughout the season. I hate that. No, surprise me. Do something shocking.
Yeah, it was predictable. So it was just I didn't care about it.
And Riven, bad boy.
Big fan of his. Big fan of Riven.
I really liked Riven.
I was like, I don't know what it is about this boy, but I am here for him.
He's naughty. He's naughty. Yes. You can just tell. He's going to get you into trouble. And I love that in a man.
He's like Shamiz always says, he's a bad boy, but he's a sad boy.
That's so cute.
Because you can see there's something like, because he used to be friends with what's her name, with Terra. So I was actually more interested in like that background, like what was there, because I think what I gathered was like the year before he was like this big old geek and used to.
There was a very, very cute moment between them also.
Yeah.
In the one episode.
So
when he's so honest.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I didn't really understand that, to be honest. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how she and him were friends. I didn't know how her and that Dane guy was friends. I was like, where did this friendship come from? And then him and Dane were friends also. I'm like, did you all grow up at a Bella school? What is happening here? How do you know?
So her and Dane became friends on like the first day when she saved Dane. Because Riven was like trying to bully him.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how the two of them became friends. Riven and Dane became friends.
Because Dane smacked him.
Literally just no. Well, yes, but then they just like spoke, and then he was like, he gave him advice on school and stuff like stay focused, don't get involved with stuff, you know.
What do you guys think of Dane? I was very confused by that character.
I think that Dane is really a waste of a character.
Yes,
I don't know what his motivation is. I don't know what purpose he serves.
The only purpose I could think that he served was to move along the Beatrix plot. To get
literally,
like he was literally a tool for Bloom to get in there when she was captured. Like that's all he was. He was just like a plot device.
Yeah. What a waste of a character.
I thought he was going to die. Like, I literally was like, you're going to kill the only black man on the show.
He honestly could have. It would have been
I wouldn't have
like acceptable loss, yeah.
So I also want to ask you about Sam. While we're on the topic of boys.
I liked Sam and Musa. I thought they were really cute. But also I just like Jacob Dunlin because he's from EDG, so.
Cute!
Anything Daniel Sharman directed.
I think that what I really thought was cool was that, so in the original cartoon, it's very much like divided by gender. So all the girls are fairies and all the boys are specialists. And then there's like another school with like witches, which is like the evil people, which is like Beatrix is like a mixture of the bad guys from there. But in this version, you see like male witches like Sam. And then, like, when you saw, like, the fight, the specialist training, there was girls as well. Yeah. So I thought it was kind of cool that they sort of, like, integrated it a bit.
I also thought at first, because I remember that much from watching with Rushdie, is that all the girls are fairies and all the boys are specialists. So I was also like, oh, okay, I like that they mixed it up.
But now, I didn't have a strong affiliation towards Sam. I actually thought he was going to die when they burn one. Because I'm like, why did no one die from the burn one attack?
Yeah, not even Sky's father. Like, no one significant.
No one died. So I was like, I thought, okay, they're surely going to kill this brother. And then, because I mean, it'll be sad. Like, Terra will be upset. The father will be upset. Musa will be upset. But no. Sloan, do you have any strong Sam feelings?
I have no feelings about Sam whatsoever. I thought it was cute, sure. Yeah. But as a character, like if they killed him off, yeah.
That is true. As a character, he was kind of like Dane, non-essential.
Yeah.
But that makes me think, like, what is the reason? What was the reason for him then? Like, what
sometimes you just need filler characters.
No, I think again, his reason was for Musa's development because in the end, when he's busy dying and she's just goes off and I can't do this again. It's really for her growth more than anything else, which is I'm fine with actually. If they're gonna grow a character like that.
I was telling Zayaan, so when I was watching the cartoon, the only real like ship that I had was like the one ship that's not in the show, and it's Musa and Riven. And they are like, I love them in the cartoon because like it's very much like a enemies to lovers type vibe, because he's like
all like
angry.
Oh, there was like a brief scene between the two of them. And I was like, this is spicy. Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do that in season 2, if they'll maybe explore that.
But we might possibly go there.
But I feel like they won't do that until Sam, I don't know, Sam has to get out the way. Unless
look, Sam could still die. Sam could still die.
I did ask the actor who plays Musa, like, what are the chances? And she's like, I don't know. We had that scene, so I feel like they put that scene in for a reason. So, you know, but maybe it's just like a nod to like fans.
It could be, but I feel like it would be cool for Riven, actually, because she looks like she's someone who would challenge him rather than Matrix, who's like
an evil bitch.
Yeah.
I felt so sad for the principal.
Oh my God, I was hoping we would get to this part of the conversation, because are you serious, you guys?
For what?
For Farah.
Oh, for
Shame.
Shame. She tried
Lippic, just all she wanted to do was keep everyone safe. She got a neck snap.
Running all around the school, causing shenanigans, letting people out. I didn't expect that, they say. I didn't expect it. She was. I didn't I felt like she had this uniform also on the entire time. Like I didn't know if I was supposed to be scared of her or not, because she just looked like a cross old lady.
I like when Bloom was like, when she had that vision of her, and she's like, she's too old to be my mother. So
I wondered if for a minute if Farah wasn't her mother when she asked for that hug.
Ew, I never thought that.
No, I think when Farah was like, when Farah was shocked that Rosalind was the one who took her, then I knew that there was only a certain amount that Farah knew. Because I thought maybe it's like a Dumbledore thing where she's just like withholding information until she gets to that time. But it seemed like she didn't know like a lot. But what is it gonna say about Rosalind? I did like about the show is that we were never sure about Rosalind. Like 1 minute I'm like, maybe Rosalind's right. Then I'm like, maybe she's wrong.
Oh no, I never trusted Rosalind.
I was like, there
was a moment where I thought maybe
they weren't telling.
It was a short moment. Because when she was breaking her out, I was like, this is a bad idea.
Don't do it.
Please.
We've seen too many episodes of Vampire Diaries where you break at the worst thing. That's how Vampire Diaries goes. It's like that Russian dolls. So you take up, you're like, oh no, I have to get the one that's worse than this. Then that worse thing, you must deal with that problem. It's like, must get Damon. But what is worse in Damon? Catherine. What is worse in Catherine? Klaus. What's worse in Klaus? Silas first. No, it's just Klaus, then no Silas. Then it's like, goes on. What's before Silas? It's just
Michael.
It's always a bigger threat. So I'm like, oh no, when Rosalind came out, I'm like, girl, wat doen jy? Just for her to tell you what your 23 and me heritage test. Break a whole human out for that.
You still don't have, and you still don't have answers.
We still don't know who's her parents.
You still don't know who your parents are.
Let's talk about the other girls quickly. So let's talk about so Aisha, Terra, Musa, and Stella. So what did you guys think of them? Oh wait, let me go first, sorry. So you guys know about this whole whitewashing controversy?
No.
So in the original cartoon, like it was supposed to be like very diverse. So Aisha's obviously like the black girl. And then Musa was like East Asian. They said that she was like modeled after Lucy Liu.
Okay.
And then this actress is white. And then Terra isn't a character in the original series, but the cousin Flora is. And Flora is And Flora is supposed to look like Jennifer Lopez. So she's supposed to be like a Latina character.
Like Latino.
Yeah. So for most people, they're like, okay, they replace 2 other characters with white actors. So the only POC in the group is Aisha.
Is Aisha.
So I don't know how they will change it unless they will. And I mean, the option is they bring in the technology fairy and make her Asian, and bring in Flora next season.
Why would you make the technology fairy Asian?
It feels a little bit racist.
Because she was white in the cartoon, and they have enough white characters, and they need, and you know, at least to make up for the fact that the casting of Musa was wrong. Do you see what I mean? So at least just make another character that would have been white, make that a different ethnicity. And then
we'll have to see what they do.
Bring Flora in and make her like Hispanic or whatever.
All I want for the next season, if they get another season, is I want like a lot of action now. Especially considering the way that it ended. And the girls came in there holding hands on the sisterhood of the traveling pen ship. And I was like, okay, there's no more fights between the girls. Now this group is solid. Now I need them to fight.
I would also like to see how their magic works together more.
Yeah, that's what I want now.
Because I mean, don't they all get wings?
Are they supposed to get wings?
In the cartoon, they all have, like everyone has wings in the cartoon.
Like in the cartoon, they have wings. But in the show, didn't Farah say to Bloom that they used to have wings, but because of evolution, they don't have wings anymore.
Transformation magic has been lost or something.
That means they don't have budget for everybody. That's what it means.
I really don't have budget.
But I would like to see more of them.
I think now that they've established the characters in season 1 and how they work with each other and establish the world and the magic and the rules, that they can go into season 2 with more action. Like we don't have to explain it again.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's what they do.
I also want to see like background. Okay, so season 1 we got a lot of background for Musa. We got a lot of background for Stella. So give us more Aisha background. Give us more.
Oh yeah, we got no Aisha background.
We know nothing. Why is she so?
All I know is that Aisha is a water Pokemon.
Exactly.
Other than that, I know nothing about her as a character.
Yeah, and she's like very stickler to the rules.
Yeah.
And she's
and I don't even mind that she was a snitch because she did the right thing.
That's
I was just going to say, do you know what? It's showing my age. Dearly.
It's exactly what I feel my age.
Younger, I'd have been like, I can't believe this girl selling her friends out. But I was like, I'll tell them.
No, she did the right thing.
Trouble, and they're going to just catch her nonsense, shenanigans off it. Tell the people.
I'm like, Aisha, you're so right. I mean, like, and also, like, she also seems to be like a voice of reason. She's like, I've been sitting in this office, eavesdropping all the time. The lady's just been trying to keep us safe. She hasn't been catching her nonsense. I'm like, you see, someone is the voice of reason. But also, like,
exactly.
I also feel like, I don't know, I tweeted about this and I'm like, I hope they don't like Bonnie Bennett her.
I saw that tweet of yours.
Yeah, like, it's also like she's always like taking care of Bloom. Like making sure Bloom is doing the right thing, like helping Bloom and not giving her own story. Like give her love interest, give her friendships. I mean, I don't know. Or storylines with other characters.
I like that one scene where she was actually like, I'm actually done with your nonsense. You go do you are drunk as heck. You wanna go talk to the principal like this? Do your thing. I'm not getting involved. I was like, yes, girl, go home.
And then like so in Terra, what did you guys think of Terra?
Talks a lot. Very good heart. Bless her soul.
And also I think
I would love to have a friend like her. Very reliable. Also, I love that she's a plant Pokemon, is what I'll call her. But she can do a lot.
Yeah, I like that she's seemingly so
I want
soft
her to essentially do or be what was that girl's name on Sky High?
Oh, Layla.
Was it Layla?
Yeah.
That was also the plant Pokemon.
Yeah, Killer Frost.
Yes, I want that kind of grand theatrics from her.
I like that she's seemingly soft, but when you push her, she doesn't back down. Because
she looks like a girl who grew up with brothers.
Well, one brother, apparently.
But I do like that, like as you were saying, you wanted to evolve. I want to see them all evolve. Yeah, like as you could see Stella, like Stella can make herself invisible. Like I want to see Musa, like now she's only busy with the feelings, but surely like soon she should be able to like change other people's feelings. Like if somebody's angry, calm them down.
Well, I don't even want her to be able to change people's feelings. I wanted to channel that Malkrach into little energy balls and shoot energy balls from my hands.
I feel like there's more stuff. Like what like or make shields or something like what Bella used to do in Twilight.
Yeah.
Like there's this like I want to see them level up and do like quieter stuff.
Oh yeah, like those level up animes like Naruto, where he just keeps getting better and better and stuff. Yeah.
And surely like as they're going into like training and stuff, that should be why else would they have training if not to level up? Because you can't.
And I like that Musa was training also because she knew that power wasn't an offensive power. Like she can't fight using her power, so she wanted to physically be able to defend herself. I like that.
And then we got that cute moment with her and Riven.
Maybe that's what's gonna happen. Maybe there's gonna be like a love triangle in season 2 with Riven and her and Sam, because
Sam's gonna die.
Sam's gonna die.
I would never root for Sam is such a great guy. I would never root for him. Why?
I think he's ugly. But I'm biased also with Sam. So
me, when there's a problematic guy,
Exactly.
I'd be like a bee.
Dean, Jess, Rory.
Oh, yes.
Any kind of, there's a nice guy and then the problematic, I'm going to go for the problematic every time.
He's a sad boy. He's not a bad boy. He's a sad boy.
But nice was part of Rosalind's squad, but obviously he's going to have now like probably thoughts like,
yeah.
Then this guy's going to look at him with like a sad
Is he definitely Team Rosalind?
Well, he's with I was going to say Bellatrix. Beatrix and co.
Beatrice?
Yeah.
Beatrice, yeah. Beatrix.
I hope he's not with him.
I feel like he's gonna.
I hope he was just like catching on shit and just being like a normal teenager.
I feel like he's gonna have
and now that he sees like the weight of what's happening, he's like, oh wait, no, this is not the team that I'm on.
No,
because I don't think he's a bad person. I honestly don't think he's a bad person. Beatrix, on the other hand, I think she's hot garbage.
A hot mess.
I thought like, oh my gosh, when she went to jail or whatever, I was like, he's finally free of her, because he would just seem like he was like chatting with Terra. He was just doing other stuff with his life.
Yeah, he looked so happy.
Then that time tried to bring him back into this mess again. I was like, oh, why?
No, Dane.
One thing about Dane, he can die next season also. Him and Sam up first.
Up first.
Sacrificial lambs to the slaughter.
You can't also kill the only queer character, Sloan.
Is he though? Was it ever confirmed?
I'm sure Riven would be.
He liked one Instagram picture. They never actually confirmed anything.
Okay, that's another thing I must say. Like, in season 2, they should be like...
don't queerbait me. Don't queerbait me. If you're going to have a gay. Go balls to the wall gay.
Okay, wait. And then the final Winx character, Stella. I really like Stella.
I really liked Stella's development. Because at first she really was like that bitchy mean girl, and then, but then she grew. I mean,
I feel like there was
I don't know
very
if she
little
grew.
development on Stella's
No, I
part.
don't know if she grew or if she just. Well, I mean, she did quite a big
I think that
change
Stella.
around.
I think that Stella's just tagging along right now because she doesn't know where she's going in life.
I feel like maybe
because
that
she thought that she was at the top of the food chain, and then life humbled her.
Mm.
And then she saw that she didn't have friends, and then she was just like, okay, let me just go with these losers then. Until I decide what I'm going to do. And now she's just with them.
I was laughing when she told the mother, like, oh, I didn't even get to say goodbye to my friends. I'm like, what friends?
Who, ma'am, who?
Oh, when somebody, I was also very confused when Terra was so upset that she didn't say goodbye. I was like, ma'am, she told you all day, every day. What are you talking about?
When Terra literally said, like, to the other one, make fun of my dress, like it's going to make me feel better. And I'm like, oh, that's trauma. Like, you don't miss your friend. Like, you need to go and talk to a therapist.
That's trauma. Exactly.
That is trauma. Like, why would you ask someone to make fun of you?
I was like, how much of this relationship happened off screen? Because I don't even. And when Musa was talking to her as well, I was like, you're talking like you guys are like besties, but I didn't see it. But what I wanted to say about Stella is that I don't know, just see so much potential to the character, and I think like I don't want to talk about the cartoon all the time, but in the cartoon she's my favorite. She's just like materialistic and stuff, but she's like, but everybody loves her. They used to like get annoyed with her, but she's just like unashamedly so, man. Like unashamed.
Oh yeah, like she just
she'll make fun of you. She will talk about like how great her life is, and then like bitch about make fun of her parents, and I'm just like, I just love her. She's just herself. But with this the Winx Saga one, I just see a lot of potential in the character. I think she's very sad because of the blind friend.
She's too sad. That's my problem with her. She's too sad. She could have just been a rich bitch and I would have bought it. I would have ate it up. But now she also has feelings. And she has mommy issues. And I'm like, no, you only have 6 episodes. You guys cannot waste time on mommy issues.
But can you imagine is the worst though?
How much
her mom is the literal worst.
Yo.
A mom's going to have more of a say in the school. The school is going to be like a mom. Plus the person who was like a mom, the principal is dead.
Yeah.
So it's going to get worse for her. It's good she has friends now.
Oh, shit.
So, okay, so let's talk about the end of the show. What did you guys think of the end?
I really didn't expect Father's Day.
I definitely did not expect that. That was a shock to me. That was a great moment in television. I love a good twist right at the end. And I don't know if I believe this whole Rosalind and the evil people taking over the school thing. Like, it might get a little boring, like 2 or 3 episodes into the new season. So I hope that they wrap that up.
Motivation?
What is her motivation?
The thing is that there's going to be something worse coming than the burn ones. And that Bloom is the only, like, the person that's going to help them.
She's literally crazy.
Because she was talking about blood witches and stuff.
I don't know if... This is what I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Beatrix is not a blood witch or something like that.
But Beatrix is an air witch.
Air fairy, whatever.
Or air fairy, whatever.
Or like she's half. I feel like she must have some kind of connection to the blood witches. So the blood witches are humans that live in the other world. Also, doesn't the school name Alfea not sound like a colored auntie?
Yes. Yes.
Every time they were like Alfea, I could imagine somebody with like rollers. But anyway, like the blood witches are humans that live in the other world that's also witches, but like do some weird magic stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't understand the burn ones. They were human, but they wearing like olden time clothes.
I didn't understand.
Like I didn't know what was going on there. And there was too much between the blood witches, the burnt ones, and this other thing that's coming, and Rosalind and Beatrix and all of that. Like I feel like
there's a lot going on, yeah.
And I understand that maybe Rosalind is like the main canine at the end of this, but I actually literally thought that she was controlling the burn ones.
I also thought so.
And that she was now like, because that's why. But then it confused me a bit. So okay, so like, what other supernatural shows would you recommend to somebody that really that enjoyed Winx or enjoyed the vibe of Winx? So Zayaan, you can go.
No, don't let me go first. I can't even know what I'm going to say.
Say it.
Oh my word. One that I enjoyed last year. Yeah, this was in lockdown 1, as I call it. Was Warrior Nun.
Okay. Oh yes, Warrior Nun was excellent.
That was very, very good. Literally, it's about warrior nuns.
It's so good.
And this one Losa girl that gets caught up in this whole situation. But it's very, very good. It's a slow build, but like the action, like right at the end, is excellent.
It's really good. Oh, a Discovery of Witches also is really good.
Very good. Yes.
Discovery of Witches is really, really good.
For me, also like on like the witch vibe, one I liked is called Motherland Fort Salem.
I've seen that. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet.
So it's like these witches like in post-apocalyptic, and they almost like go into the military, but it's these three teen witches, and they're like in this like military school vibes. But like it's actually really good, and the storyline is tight, but it's also like fun, and it's like interesting story of 3 girls. But yeah, it also gives you that all like squad girls, but we're all different. Yeah. And we also at the school where we're learning to become better witches, and it reminds me a lot of Winx. So which are the Winx characters do you think you the most like? So Sloan, you can go first now.
Oh my god. Which of the characters? Can I be honest?
Yes.
Farah.
Well,
oh wow. She has quite cool powers also. Isn't she sort of like mind also?
I was going to ask, what's her power?
Because
she's got like a little mind situation going on. Didn't she try and read that young burnt dude's mind also at one point there?
I may not have been paying attention at that point.
Yeah, that's when they had him like shackled up there in the barn.
Oh yes.
And you, Zayaan, which one do you think you most like?
I feel like I'm most like Musa, just put on my earphones, even if nothing's playing so people don't talk to me. I've done that so many times.
I do that, but only to listen to conversation.
Also...
I think I'm like most like Aisha, mainly because I'm just so like by the book. And
snitch.
Yeah, but it was snitch. I don't think I'll be brave enough to be a snitch, to be honest. I'll be more like, come and go. Or I don't know, actually no. I think I'm more like this. I am sick and then stay in the dorm while the rest of them go in their tunnel.
I'm sick.
Like, I'm sick. and then maybe a bit of Terra as well. But like a mixture of those two. Okay, so let's to make this crashing on. So which character were you crashing on?
Riven, Heike, Riven. And Riven and Silver.
Oh my god, I'm gonna double down and say samesies.
We're the same one in the same slide.
Mostly Silver. But then there was a point where Riven wasn't annoying anymore. And I was just like, oh wow, okay, hi.
When he wasn't under Beatrix's thrall.
Yeah.
I Okay, my first crush was Bloom's adopted father. I was like, Alyssa.
I saw that tweet. I saw that tweet.
I was like, okay, no. But then they didn't show me enough, and then I got bored. So then I was definitely Silver. I wouldn't say Riven because as much as I like him, and it was more like almost like a child type vibe. Like he's just like gruwelijk, and then very irritating. And then when he was like showing chemistry with Musa and showing chemistry with like Terra, I was like, okay, maybe, but more like I felt more like I was their mom, and I'm like, maybe I will like you with my children. That's just the vibe I was getting. I don't think I was really like into myself.
I look at none of them in a motherly way.
I was like, Silver, sir, yes, any day. So here's a conversation that I had with Abigail Cowen, who plays Bloom, and Danny Griffin, who plays Sky. Okay, hi, Abigail.
Hi.
So we know that Bloom's biological parents are probably coming. So who would be your dream casting for the roles?
Oh gosh. I'm trying to think of maybe dream casting, like Nicole Kidman, or like maybe Meryl Streep.
Oh, amazing.
As a mom. Yeah. Or maybe she could have two moms.
Perfect.
It could be Nicole Kidman and Meryl Streep. She has two moms. There you go.
So Danny, as a specialist, you obviously don't have magical powers, but if you could have one of the fairies' powers, which one would you want?
That's a lovely question. I would probably have, and no disrespect to my fellow fairies, but I'd probably have Beatrix's powers. I just think she's stupidly badass in the show. I mean, they all are, but I mean, for me, to be able to kind of almost control the weather, I think that's pretty cool. For me anyway.
So Abigail, you've played a witch and a fairy now. So which supernatural creature would you like to play next?
Question. I don't know. Maybe some type of like mermaid, maybe, or like what other supernatural creatures are there? Like what else, Danny? What other supernatural like things are there?
It's brilliant, isn't it, when you get these questions, because your brain just suddenly forgets every magical thing in the world. I mean, okay. I don't know. You can play a wizard. It'd be pretty cool. You played a witch, and the opposite of a wizard is a witch. I think or
like a superhero. I would love to do like a Marvel superhero or something. I think that would be freaking awesome. Like, I think that would be so cool. I don't know if that's like supernatural, but
supernatural.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Okay, then, Danny. So the whole point of Sky's character is that he's dealing with a lot of father issues. So, how do you think that, knowing what he knows now about his father, he will move forward in season 2?
I don't know. I think there's so many directions they could go. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But like, I think it'll be a fresh take. I think. I'm not really sure because I don't know. Hypothetically, if there was a season 2, I don't know what Brian would be thinking. Brilliant showrunner, but I think I don't know. I'd like him to sort of have a relationship with his father, because he desperately in season 1, he's crying out for a father figure a lot, and Silver sort of can't give that to him because he's just he's in his head, he is the military, and he is the person who has to sort of a great responsibility to make sure that everyone's prepared for if there was a war, but I think Sky desperately wants a father figure. So I think now finally if he actually gets that, then it will be I don't know, it'd be really interesting to see sort of how he reacts if he actually does want it. It's like wanting I don't know, it's like that notion about wanting something for ages and ages and ages, and you finally get it, and then you're like, oh, I don't actually want it now. It's not a thing I was not really my thing. He wants something else. So I think maybe, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
And Abigail, so you guys in the show, you guys bonded really well, and we see Bloom going from having no friends to having a lot. So how quickly did you guys bond as a cast?
First day, literally
like
first day. I mean,
Yeah.
literally like that, and we're not even kidding. It was just, yeah, immediately. I have been saying this since day one. I mean, we hit the jackpot with the cast. I mean, everyone just clicks, and it was from day one. And when you have a chemistry like that, it just makes everything else just a breeze. And filming and it just, all of it, even press, all of it is just fun. It's like you're hanging out with your friends, and it doesn't feel like, which it never feels like work, but it just makes it all the more fun. I mean, we definitely
completely
clicked immediately.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Next up, I have a chat that I had with Elisha Applebaum, who plays Musa, and Hannah van der Westhuizen, who plays Stella. Funny enough, Hannah is actually half South African. I had no idea before I chatted to her. So it was really lovely. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. Elisha, because Musa's powers were all internal, what is the most challenging part of playing an empath?
I think it's just having just something grumbling in your tummy all the time, like having all these emotions riled up, but you have to keep it so down, like it all has to be in here. And I think that's the most difficult thing to do, because it's quite painful to do.
And as an actor, like everybody else gets to like shoot things and like, and you have to display it all on your face. Like, wasn't that difficult?
It was, especially like every time we did a scene, it would be like, now we need to look into the eyes. But I think it's really great knowing what her backstory is in order for her to feel all this emotion and she's actually going through quite a lot of shit, and she's in a school with loads of teenagers that are just feeling riled up all the time. So it's all kind of there anyway once you've done the homework.
Okay. So Stella, Hannah. When we first meet Stella, she's a bit of an antagonist. So until we get to know her.
Yeah.
So what did you enjoy more, playing the villainy part of her or when she's part of the hero squad?
I think it was such a treat to be able to kind of be cruel, but know that no one's feelings were getting hurt. It was like really good fun. But honestly, when you know, all the moments where we see her soften and smiling and connecting with the girls, like it was just such a relief, because I was like, I love my friends so much. It's really hard to pretend that we don't get on. It's like went from 100% effort to like 0 effort. It's great.
So Elisha, in the original series, Musa's in a relationship with Riven, and there's a lot of fans out there who love them together. So do you think the fans have a shot of seeing that on screen?
Who knows? There was one scene in series 1 which kind of tickled it a little bit, but who knows?
Okay. So Hannah, Stella's obviously dealing with a lot of issues with her mother. Do you think we'll see her rebelling against her more in season 2? What do you hope?
Oh, I hope so. Stella is such a little, like, she's got a fire burning inside of her. She's definitely got so much to her. I think she, you know, her kind of epic journey is to really stand up to her mum and to step into her own power and her own self-esteem, I guess. So definitely there's scope for her to stand up to her mum.
So Elisha, in season 1, Musa has a secret relationship with Sam, which allows her to grow more. So how would you like to see her grow more in season 2?
I think it would be great if she learned more about her powers in order to fight some battles. Because I don't know if you remember, but there's a battle where she kind of just goes like this. And then she says, I don't think it's dead yet. So I think it'd be really great if she could fight next season.
Okay. And Hannah, so which one of the Winx characters do you think you are more like?
To be honest, I think I'm probably most like Terra in real life. I feel like that's, I don't know, maybe Elisha could shed more light on that.
No, I feel agree, like actually, to be fair.
Yeah. And Elisha, if you could have any of the Winx powers, which one would you want?
I think it would be Earth, so that I can create my own bouquets of flowers.
And you, Hannah, which power would you want?
I think I'd like to go down the route of Tinkerbell and be an air fairy. Something a little bit different.
That's a brilliant answer. Thank you so much, guys. That was perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad
to meet you.
And finally, I also chatted with Precious Mustapha, who plays Aisha, and Eliot Salt, who plays Terra.
Okay, hi guys.
Hello.
Hi. So, okay, let's start with Eliot. So because your character is new, did you feel less pressure to live up to what the fans wanted?
I think so. And I think because the Winx franchise had slightly passed me by growing up. I think I was the wrong age. So I didn't really know quite what a huge thing it is around the world. And I'm quite pleased I didn't, because I think I would have been terrified. But it really felt like a new world that we were part of creating, and getting to build a character from the ground up was, really fun.
Can you imagine? So Precious, in the series, Aisha had a very difficult decision between what she believed, what was right, and going along with her friends. So what would you have done in a situation like that?
I think in a situation like that, I would probably not agree with it, but still go along with my friends, just because of the FOMO. I wouldn't want. I just wouldn't want to miss out on whatever happened, and like now I feel like Aisha probably feels bad. Yeah, I'd never snitch, and I feel like Aisha probably feels bad now because she's missed out on like major stuff. Like she don't know what happened in that tunnel they went through. You know, she's just so I definitely go along with the friend.
Well. I'm really rubbing it in because I keep bringing up the tunnel today.
Like, I know that's a personal joke. That's for tunnel people only.
Exactly.
So, Eliot, we really got to see Terra gaining confidence in herself throughout the season. So, where would you like to see the character go in season 2?
Oh, where would I like to see her go? I'd love to see her keep going from strength to strength. I'd like to see her have a successful love interest, because I feel like she was very unlucky in that regard in this series. I think it would be nice for her to find a good match. I think so. I think she should spend more time with Aisha as well, because we didn't get enough scenes together.
We really didn't.
No.
Oh well.
And Precious, where would you like to see Aisha going, like post-snitching and all that kind of thing? Where would you see her go in season 2?
Well, I think Aisha should get some help for the snitching situation. I'm joking. No, I think I'd like to see I'd like to find out a bit more about her background and why she decided to come to Alfea. Maybe a bit about her family. I think it'd be nice to know why she is the way she is, and however that is. But yeah, it'd be nice to know, like, why she is so organized.
Yeah, rigid. If you could have any of the Winx powers, which one would you want?
Any of the Winx powers? I would keep Earth, actually. I really like it. I think it would save me a lot of time with these guys. And my and the ones that are off camera, which I have killed, would still be with us. So that would be nice.
And you, Precious, which power would you like to have?
Oh, I think maybe light. I think the idea of like being able to control light and how people see things would be quite fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be my power, my go-to.
Okay, one more. Eliot, if which one of the cast is more likely to be a secret fairy?
Oh, you know what, Precious? Because she's the only one that wouldn't tell everyone. I feel like if any of the rest of us were fairies, we'd be like, guys, I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but guess what? And I feel like Precious would keep it to herself.
No, I would.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
You too.
And that's all for our special Fate the Winx Saga episode. The show is available to watch currently on Netflix. Sloan you can find at Sloan Said So on Twitter, and Zayaan you can find at Zayaan27 on Twitter. The links to everything they discussed and all the recommendations they made will be in the show notes. Also look out for our special Valentine's Day episode coming up soon, where we're collaborating with Zama from Starring Cupid to discuss our favorite fictional ships. It'll be a lot of fun. Until then, you can find me at Karen Walbees on Twitter and at Karen Walbee without the S on Instagram. You can subscribe to my newsletter at wildestreams.substack.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. We're going to have the videos of my interviews with the actors on the YouTube channel, as well as much more. And also don't forget to tag us on Instagram when you listen to the episode. We really appreciate it. Thanks again.
The podcast can be found at Crushing On Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find more information about this and all our other episodes at our website, crushingonpodcast.com, and send any feedback to crushingonpod@gmail.com. Join our Facebook group, Crushing On Club, where we chat about the show, celebrity news, recommendations, the whole shebang. Let us know what you think about what was discussed in this week's episode by sending us a voice note or email to crushingonpod@gmail.com. The show is produced by me, Karen, and Rebecca Barches. The show is edited and engineered by Rebecca Barches. Our logo was designed by Nathifa Maroof. And the show was created in partnership with IGN Africa. If you like the show, tell everyone that you can any way that you can. Keep up to date with all our episodes by subscribing to the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And please rate and review the episodes on Apple Podcasts, as it helps others find the show. We'll be back next week with another in-depth conversation with a pop culture lover. See you then!